Hello. I would like to call the meeting to order. This is the regular meeting for Cerritos Parks and Recreation Commission. Today is Thursday, December 7th. Everybody knows that. And the time is 7 p.m. Meeting call to order. Before we go to the next item, just a few things to kind of refresh. I know a lot of the folks are viewing this meeting in the Cerritos TV3 closed circuit channel, but the agenda is available. I mean, if you go to the website www.cerritos.us, you will find the agenda there. Also, we have kind of gone away from issuing the hard copies. Even we don't get those hard copies. So we have to print our own hard copies. But I urge you all to go to the website to get any kind of communications or correspondence pertaining to the Parks and Recreation. Again, I would really like the folks to encourage their neighbors to view these meetings, which are conducted the first Thursday of every month. January is a blackout month. So with that, I would like to welcome everybody. It's very nice to see young kids come to today's meeting. And if you could please pass on this message to your friends so that we have more kids in the forthcoming meetings pertaining to Parks and Recreation. Thank you for coming. On that note, I would like to have the second item to be conducted by my fellow commissioner, Richard Martinez. Richard?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It is so nice to have you all here tonight. It makes it all worthwhile to see everyone come out and show interest in city functions and the things that our local government does. Can you hear me? Good. Thank you. Tonight, I think it's an extra special night based on the members in the audience. First of all, we have a couple of city council members here tonight. Mr. Frank Yokoyama and Linda Johnson is back there too. You know, I look at the two of you, you don't look old enough to be city council members. Anyway, tonight I'm very happy because the group that's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance happens to be from Patricia Nixon Elementary School. And yes. That's a very special school to us, near and dear to our hearts. We've been involved with Pat Nixon for over 50 years. All of our kids went to Pat Nixon along with Stacy Edwards and some other kids. And so this is a special audience. And thank you to all of the parents who came out. How cool is that? At this point, I'd like to have all the kids from Pat Nixon, if you could come up to the podium, and I know it's going to be a little bit scrunched, but why don't you come on right up here where the microphone is, right up front here. There you go.
There's a very little one there. I think she's getting squished there.
Oh, that's my granddaughter.
Oh, that's your granddaughter.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
All right, and pick out one who is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and if we could all stand, please, and face the flag.
Daniel, you go ahead.
Ready, begin.
I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Let's give them a round of applause. That was great. Oh, yeah.
Hello, kids. You guys are not done yet. Not done yet. So, I would like each one of you all to please come back to the microphone, state your name and your age, okay? Okay. All right, let's form a line here. All right. Okay. Just your name and your age, okay?
Hi, my name's Levi Galindo.
Thank you.
I am 8 years old.
Wonderful.
I mean 9.
All right, next.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Anderine, and I'm 9 years old.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kaylin Torres, and I am 9 years old.
Thank you, Kaylin.
Hi, my name is Miliana Rodriguez, and I am 8 years old.
Maria, thank you.
Hello, my name is Carson Jackson. I am 8 years old.
Thank you, Carson.
Hi, my name is Daniel Gutierrez III, and I'm 8 years old.
Thank you, Daniel.
Hi, my name is Noah Costello, and I'm 9 years old.
Thank you, Novak.
Hi, I'm Hoipe Costello, and I'm 6
Sorry,
years old.
tell your name again.
I'm Hoipe Costello.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, my name is Noelle Maddox, and I'm 6 years old.
Okay, Noel.
My name is Cora Rodriguez, and I'm 10 years old.
Thank you, Cora. Oh, I think, Richard, that's your granddaughter, right?
That's my granddaughter, Ava. Oh.
You want to do it, Eva? Okay.
No?
It's okay. Go ahead. It's okay.
Oh,
Yeah. She looks cute.
Hello, my name is Zoe Hurtado, and I'm 6 years old.
thank you.
Hello, my name is Ella Hurtado. I am 8 years old.
Wonderful.
Let's give them a round of applause.
Everybody. Great job. So, if you have come with your parents, I would request you all to be present for some time so you can see the proceedings because you guys are going to be the future leaders. You might be occupying this, right? So you know what goes on, right? Okay. So thank you again. And the next item is roll call, please.
Commissioner Gonzalez,
Present.
Commissioner Martinez,
Present.
Commissioner Prado,
Present.
Vice Chair Patak,
Present.
Chair Pecknick.
Present. Okay. So done with the roll call. So the next item on the agenda is the presentations. Madam?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the commission. Tonight, your first presentation is going to be our Employee of the Month, and I believe Angelica is here.
Oh, you're already here. Okay, so I hope you all can hear me. The candidates for Employee of the Month award are nominated by the administrative staff in the Recreation Services Division. Individuals who have put forth the extra effort to further enhance the division's goal of providing the highest quality programs and services to the community are presented with the award. Tonight, we will recognize one employee for the month of October. You're already here. I was going to say, please come forward.
No.
Oh, I guess your name is Angelica Martinez. Congratulations. Recreational leader Angelica Martinez is being recognized for her efforts at the city's Halloween festival during the month of October.
You said yes.
Angelica made outstanding contributions towards the success of the Halloween festival and was primarily responsible for ensuring all elements of the stage area were properly executed. Great. She worked closely with the performers, staff, and the participants to ensure the evening ran smoothly. Angelica also served as the MC for the stage, and she remained engaging and effective while being professional. Fantastic. Her positive attitude, problem solving abilities, and excellent communication skills continue to be a valued asset to the Recreation Service Division. Congratulations, Angelica. I'd like my colleagues to please come forward, have some pictures taken. Again, congratulations.
One more. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations, great job.
Okay, continuing with our meeting. We have item 4B, informational update on recreation services, upcoming events and programs.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members of the commission, as promised last meeting, we did bifurcate the informational update. So we'll have the Rec Services Division first, and then you can introduce the next item, which will be Senior Center programs and events. So with that, I'll start with Jill Toda with updates on Recreation Services Division programs and events. Jill?
Thank you, Ms. Titus. Chairperson Patnaik, members of the commission. Recreation Services has planned several holiday programs for Cerritos families to enjoy during the months of December. A special email address has been set up so children up to age 11 can send their holiday wishes to Santa until Friday, December 15th. The link to Santa can be found on the city's homepage at cerritos.us. Santa has already been busy spreading holiday cheer through Cerritos neighborhoods on his holiday float this past week. The float will begin each night at 6 p.m. and continues on Monday, December 11th through Wednesday, December 13th, and with the final night on Friday, December 15th. To see which routes Santa still needs to visit and to track his location, check the city's website at cerritos.us. Santa's Holiday Island is scheduled for Saturday, December 16th from noon to 3:30 at the Heritage Park Play Island. Families are invited to enjoy some holiday cheer by visiting Santa and his elves. Activities will include crafts, music, and games. Children ages 2 to 11 who visit all the programmed areas on the island will receive a special commemorative gift while supplies last. On Saturday, December 9th, from 10 to 11:30 a.m., a workshop for teens, Healthy Eating Habits, will be offered at Cerritos Park East. This workshop is free and will help teens understand what a healthy diet consists of and the benefits of having a well-balanced meal. Space is limited, so pre-registration is recommended. Please note, special holiday hours will be in effect at all recreation facilities. On Christmas Eve, Sunday, December 24th, the golf course driving range will be open from 6:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. All other park facilities will be closed. On Christmas Day, Monday, December 25th, all city and park facilities will be closed. And the day after Christmas, Tuesday, December 26th, all park facilities will remain regular hours, and recreational swim will take place from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. On New Year's Eve, Sunday, December 31st, the golf course driving range will be open from 6:30 a.m. to 2 p.m., and the swim center will be open from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. All other park facilities will be closed. On New Year's Day, Monday, January 1st, 2024, all city and park facilities will also be closed. Cerritos Park East will host Half Pints Night, themed Penguin Pals, on Friday, January 19th, from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Activities will include games, crafts, and stories. For children ages 3 to 5 are eligible for registration. The cost is $10 for residents and $15 for non-residents. Adaptive dinner and a movie night will take place on Saturday, January 13th at Cerritos Park East from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Participants will enjoy a pre-movie activity before being served dinner while watching Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. The cost is $10 for residents and $15 for non-residents. Join the Pickleball Round Robin Social at Liberty Park on Thursday, January 18th from 10 a.m. to noon. Participants ages 18 and older will play in 3 30-minute matches in a round-robin format. Prizes will be awarded for first and second place. The cost is $5 per person. Test your accuracy and shot-making abilities by participating in the Winter Target Challenge on Saturday, January 20th at the Cerritos Ironwood 9 Golf Course. Participants ages 18 to adult will compete in a series of challenges on the driving range to win points for a chance to win awards. The cost is $16 for residents and $24 for non-residents. For more information on the city's parks and recreation programs, please contact the Recreation Services Division at 562-916-1254. That concludes my report. My colleagues and I would be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Jill Toda, for that excellent presentation. A lot of details. And just wanted to ask my colleagues here if they have any questions, comments.
No, I just think it's great that you have so many things coming up for the kids. And also congratulations on awards night for the little football team. They were so cute and it went perfect. It was so smooth the way it went.
Great. Pino? Sandra? Good. Now we'll have some more trophies for the pickleball, right? Add to the list of trophies that we hand out generally. Great. I think I watched this sport the other day and I think I almost wanted to play because to me, it's like a hybrid between a table tennis, ping pong, and tennis, I guess. Right? I don't know. You guys are experts. Okay. So, no questions. So, we go to the next item, which is item number 4C.
Yes, Mr. Chair and members of the commission. Again, you're going to be receiving an informational update on senior services, upcoming events and programs from Cynthia Fialo. Cynthia?
Thank you, Ms. Titus. Chairperson Patnaik and members of the commission. It is my pleasure to present you with highlights of upcoming programs and services offered at the Cerritos Senior Center for the months of December and January. During the month of December, a variety of informational lectures have been scheduled covering an assortment of topics. Individuals age 50 and older may contact the Cerritos Senior Center to register and/or obtain login information. The following lecture topics are scheduled for this month of December: working with your pharmacist, ABCs of riding public transportation, Alzheimer's caregiver support group, New Year Healthier You, and holiday tips for caregivers. Festive Christmas sweater and caroling gathering is scheduled on Wednesday, December 20th from 1 to 2 p.m. Wear your most festive Christmas sweater and enjoy the sounds of the season, hot chocolate, light refreshments, and the jolly season together. No registration is required for this free event. Join us on Friday, December 22nd for a holiday movie marathon. Starting at 10:30 a.m., the 1983 A Christmas Story will be shown. And at 1 p.m., the 2022 A Christmas Story Christmas will be shown. There will be a brief intermission between movies, and light refreshments will be available. No registration is also not required for this free activity. Informational lectures being offered in the month of January are Social Security, Your Questions Answered, Medicare 101, Real Estate Planning, AARP's Smart Driver Tech, and How to Reach Your Exercise Goals. A host of ongoing programs including Tai Chi, Longevity Stick, Ping Pong, Chair Aerobics, morning workouts, and Zumba will continue in January. These programs are supporting seniors on their ongoing quest of fitness and independent living. In addition to the professional staff recruited to teach these courses, instructors are also provided through Cerritos College and ABC Adult School through our partnership. The Senior Center's 30th anniversary is on January 29th, 2024. To honor the accomplishments of the last 30 years of quality senior services and to celebrate love and friendship, a 30th anniversary and Valentine's Dance luncheon is scheduled on Friday, February 2nd from 1 to 4 p.m. Seniors that register will enjoy great tasting food, friendships, live music, and great memories. Registration is required for this activity. Tickets are $15 per person. Residents may register on Friday, January 5th, and non-residents may register on Friday, January 12th. The Senior Center offers case management through Human Services Association, or HSA, a longstanding partnering agency. Through HSA's Supportive Services Program, seniors can obtain services that enable them to safely remain at home with measures of independence and dignity. The Senior Center's case manager is available for appointments each Wednesday from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. The Senior Center will be closed the following days in observance of Christmas, New Year's, and Martin Luther King Jr. Day: Monday, December 25th, Tuesday, December 26th, Monday, January 1st, and Monday, January 15th. You can learn more about these important programs and services in the Cerritos Lifelong Enrichment, which features recreational, special interest, and adult services for those 50 and older. You may also contact the Cerritos Senior Center at 562-916-8550 or the city's website at cerritos.us. This concludes my report. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Wow, Cynthia, thank you so much for the information you provided. I mean, what else is lacking in this city? We got things for kids, we have things for the adults. And, I happened to meet one of my friend today who lives in Orange County, used to live in Cerritos, and they miss all the activities. I mean, this is they go, everything is all there. Everything is available for the kids. 25 parks, swim center, and we go there. We are, lost in the ocean. So they really miss all the activities, as far as this city is concerned. And really thanks to the staff and our councilmen and council colleagues here who have made these things happen, right? But again, Cynthia, thank you for all that information you have given. Any comments or questions?
I was trying to take notes of everything you were saying, and I couldn't keep up with it. That's a good thing. What? Maybe too far away. Anyway, thank you for having so many activities. As our chairman said, for everybody there is something to do. Thank you so much. And it sounds like the senior center is alive and well with the Christmas spirit. So nice work.
Sandra? Pino?
Great presentation. Thank you.
Okay, I guess moving on to the next item is public comments and suggestions.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the commission. I believe all the folks that are here tonight are here to speak on 7A. If I'm mistaken, just raise your hand. Okay. So we have no public comments, and we did not receive any written correspondence by the deadline. So.
Well, this really may not pertain to item number 5, but there was a communication that was sent by the staff about the budget for 2024 for City of Cerritos. So, it's all there in the website, and, all the information is given, all the numbers are rolled out, and that was one communication I had received. But moving on, we have the minutes that was presented. So I'd like to get the approval of the minutes if there are no questions. You have any comments on the minutes?
No.
No?
I second that.
No questions.
Well, we need a
Motion.
motion to
Motion to approve.
motion to approve.
Second.
Second. So motion to approve by Richard, Motion to second, Pino Patak. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you. So the next item is, so the minutes are approved as presented. Okay. Item number 7, which is new and old business, which is review and consideration of the feasibility of converting 2 tennis courts at Liberty Park into dual-use courts for pickleball and tennis, or partnering with the ABC Unified School District to develop pickleball courts at Gar High School.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the commission. This item is before you today at the request of the City Council, and Recreation Services Supervisor Samir Patel, who supervises and oversees the staff at Liberty Park, will be presenting this report, after which he and I will be happy to answer any questions. Samir?
Thank you, Ms. Titus. Chairperson Pat Naik, members of the commission. If I may direct your attention to your screens for a short PowerPoint presentation. As Ms. Titus already mentioned, this item is being presented to you at the direction of City Council, who directed the city manager to research the feasibility of converting 2 tennis courts at Liberty Park into dual courts for tennis and pickleball. And the City Council also directed the city manager to look into developing pickleball courts at Gar High School. Currently, there are 13 pickleball courts in Cerritos, with the majority, 10 of them being at LA County's Kanabe Community Regional Park. These courts are open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily, but do require a fee during peak hours. Free play is available Monday through Friday from noon to 4 p.m. and on the weekends from 4 to 10 p.m. The remaining 3 pickleball courts in Cerritos are located at Liberty Park. These courts are located inside the walking track and are free of charge. Because these courts do not have fencing surrounding them, they are available on a first-come, first-served basis. After reviewing the attendance numbers for these courts at Liberty Park, the courts are most popular during the hours of 10 a.m. to noon and from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. The courts are widely available between noon and 5 p.m., and Liberty Park staff records this attendance during normal operating hours of the facility. In regards to the tennis courts at Liberty Park, there are 6 courts that are available to Cerritos residents at no charge. Residents can reserve these courts up to 1 week in advance. Non-residents can use these courts Monday through Friday between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. for a $7 hourly fee. Non-residents cannot make reservations. And after review of these attendance numbers for the tennis courts, the numbers are similar. The courts are most popular during the hours of 10 a.m. and noon, and then pick back up again between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. And like pickleball, the courts are widely available from noon to 5 p.m. In order to convert the tennis courts into dual use, new pickleball lines would need to be painted onto the existing tennis courts. Although multiple pickleball courts can fit on one tennis court, staff contacted a local sport court servicing company, and it was their recommendation that only one set of pickleball lines be installed over the existing tennis court lines. And the purpose for that is to limit confusion for tennis and pickleball players. Obviously, the more lines you put on the court, the more difficult it is to discern which lines are for which sport. The estimated cost to convert 2 tennis courts into dual use is $3,000. In regards to the possibility of partnering with the ABC Unified School District to develop pickleball courts at Gar High School, city staff contacted school officials, and they informed us that the proposed site location that you see here on the PowerPoint presentation was already being considered for a different use. In addition to the 2 options, the City Council directed the City Manager to research. Staff also identified an alternate option. This option would convert an area on the south end of Liberty Park, that was previously a picnic shelter, but was removed in 2012. And that's the site that you currently see on your screens now. Another angle of that site, the conversion of this area would allow for 2 new pickleball courts to be constructed at an estimated cost of $80,000, but would allow the tennis courts to remain intact, create additional courts for pickleball players, and upgrade an underutilized park space at Liberty Park. It is recommended that the commission discuss the information outlined in this report and determine the best course of action to take in regards to the feasibility of developing new pickleball courts in the city. That concludes my report. Sherry and I would be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Oh, thank you, Samir, for the presentation and presenting all the options and scenarios and the cost impact, which is $80,000, right? If we pursue with option B or whatever you call it.
Yes,
Having
$80,000 for the proposed
standalone.
new site. Yes, standalone.
And that'll be 2 pickleball courts.
Correct. Thank you.
Any comments from my colleagues here?
Looking at this, if you're going to add the 2 pickleballs, I would say go with the converting the tennis courts there. It would be cheaper, less inexpensive than having to put out $80,000 to do it totally new. That would be my opinion if we are going to go that way and add the pickleballs.
I think at this time, it would be, if I may, Mr. Chair, we could
Sure.
open it up to the public for them to speak, and then
Okay.
the commission can
All right,
make
we'll
their
do
comments.
that. Okay.
So I'm going to just bypass, if you can see that on your screen, because we're still working out the agenda link. So I have the 5 speakers who have put in a request to speak, so I'll just go ahead and call them out.
Sure.
And they have 5 minutes to speak. The first person is Sal Romero, and we'll go ahead and put the timer up on the screen.
Where is the timer? Oh.
Good evening. How is everybody doing?
Oh.
Good.
Great.
How are you?
That's good enough, yeah. Okay, got 5 minutes. Okay, I'll try to keep it short, sweet, to the point.
Can we,
Not-
before you start, can you turn your computer off so that she can put the timer up? Thank you. There we go.
Okay, got 5.
For seconds, so.
Okay, thank you. I'll keep it short. I'll keep it short, sweet, to the point. Nice, concise, and thoroughly precise. Okay. Yeah, supply and demand. It's a growing sport. It's not a very high maintenance facility like for other sports. It's something that young people could play, old people could play. I was talking to one of our friends the other day. She said that because it's eye and hand coordination, it's something that we could play for life. So, get the kids to get off their devices and get on the courts and make the most out of it. I mean, I think it appeals to people of all ages. So it's not like other sports where you require a lot of preparation. You just go over there and play some pickup games real quick. And like I said, it's just it's healthy. It's just good, healthy fun. It doesn't cost too much. So that's my report, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, that's enough for me then.
Okay. Well, we're going to take our 13 seconds back. How about that? Next speaker is Alan Williamson.
Okay, my name is Alan Williamson, as she mentioned, and I've been a Cerritos resident now for over 23 years. And I just got involved in pickleball about a year and a half ago. Since then, I have lost 15 pounds, and the doctor says I can give up my meds. No more diabetes, no more heart medicine, no more nothing. So I'm really, and he asked me what I'm doing, and I told him I'm playing pickleball 5 to 7 times a week. So I'm serious about what I'm doing, and I really enjoy what's going on with this sport. At the pickleball courts in Liberty Park that you saw the picture of, we have 20 to 30 people waiting constantly to play on the 3 courts that are currently available. And that doesn't include the people that are on the court. There's another 12 people on the court. So we need a lot more courts. We got 10 new courts. My wife and I were instrumental in gathering the signatures along with Sal here, gathering the signatures necessary to get the 10 courts added to two only tennis courts. We got 10 courts out of 2. They were big courts, big, nice courts. But you can get a lot more you can usually get 4 pickleball courts on a tennis court. That's kind of considered the norm. So with 2 tennis courts being available, we can maybe squeeze 8 more courts in. And I know the lines get confusing for some people, but not for pickleballers, they don't. Pickleballers are used to playing on multiple use courts. And I don't know about tennis players, if maybe they get confused, but I know that pickleball people don't get confused. The multi-use courts are really important, and it's important to have good nets when you have multi-use courts. There are nets that go up and they're real soft and sag a lot, and they don't work very well for pickleballers, but they do make courts, multi-use nets that can be rolled around on wheels, and everybody respects them. And I've been using some pickleball courts in La Mirada now for the last probably about a year. They have indoor courts in La Mirada that I go to. And there, they just wheel those things out every day onto the basketball courts. And there are pickleball courts available in Cerritos at Don Canabi Park in the gym, and those don't get utilized very much. Mostly because they're only available between 12 and 2, I think 2 or 3 days a week. And when they talk about the free courts at Don Canabi Park being available from 12 to 4, hardly anyone plays tennis, hardly anyone plays pickleball during those hours. On the weekends, when the courts are free from 4 in the afternoon until 10 o'clock at night, it's crowded. We have 50 to 60 people there constantly playing at Don Canabi Park on the free times. It's important that we try to find a way to keep this process of pickleball being available for the general public, and we made the mistake when we asked for more pickleball courts at Cerritos for Don Canabi of not talking about cost, because I have to pay $60 a month to play at Don Canabi Park, and that's considered expensive by most elderly people. And also, luckily, my wife and I both have a nice retirement. It's not that expensive for us, but we lose a lot of people that don't come and participate at Don Canabi Park because it's cost so much. There's another park over close to Cypress that is constantly full and there's so much activity going on in the pickleball world. I saw the sign. In the pickleball world, that we need more courts constantly, probably for the next 10 years, not just right now. So we could probably use all of them. We could use the 2 that need to be built and all 8 of the courts that could be put on the other courts. So thank you for the opportunity to talk, and I know there's several other people that wish to speak to the issue of saving their lives by playing pickleball.
Thank you.
The next speaker is Morris Barahona, if I pronounce that correct.
Good evening. My name is Morris Barahona, and actually the person that was responsible for getting me into pickleball is this gentleman right here, Sal Romero. I used to walk 3 miles and run 1 mile I live like 5 minutes from Liberty in Lakewood. And he one time stopped me and basically asked me if I would play pickleball. I said, I've never played pickleball, but when I used to walk and run, I used to see them basically having too much fun and laughing. I said, that sounds something that I would like to do someday. So when he approached me, I took him on the offer and bought my paddles, I think, one paddle on that weekend. And I started joining and playing on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Then others will recognize me and ask me to play, so I started playing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Now I play Saturday and Sunday. I play just about every day. But the benefits that I've had, similar to Alan's benefits, I've lost 20 pounds. I've remained basically my weight down 20 pounds for, I would say, a little over a year and a half that I started playing last summer. Not only that too, but I've had some, a lot of people don't know that, but I did have some heart issues when I started walking and running. During the pandemic, I started working from home to keep my sanity. I decided to start walking and running and hopefully strengthen my heart. So yeah, I did see my cardiologist about 6 months ago, and he said, "Hey, your numbers look great. You know, medication must be working." I said, "It's been a little for 4 years and the same medication, and all of a sudden now medication's working." I think it has to do with a lot with pickleball. I have been playing consistently with pickleball, so he at the same time has reduced my medication to almost half of what I used to take now. So health-wise has benefited me. So I would thank this gentleman here for introducing me to pickleball. And not only he's responsible for me, but I think he also brought in about 8 other people, I think, to play pickleball. And we're still all playing pickleball. So thank you, Sal, for that. But what I wanted to share with you guys, too, is that from the summer that I started to this summer, the numbers have almost tripled or quadrupled, okay? Now, sometimes we have 36, basically 9 stacks or 4 just waiting to play, while we have basically 12 people or on 3 courts playing. So sometimes there's almost 48 people, I think 36, yeah, 48 people basically playing pickleball between 6 o'clock to about 9:30 at night. Now, on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we have 6 stacks of 4 waiting to play, while we have 12 people playing. So we're looking at 36 people. Is that my math right? Correct? Am I good on math? I don't know. All right, so but we average about 36 people sometimes. And this was during the summer, and those are conservative numbers. Sometimes they're higher. Sometimes we would see stacks up to 12 stacks of 4 waiting to play, while the other 3 courts were being used. So I think it's important, and we support the new courts that are going to open up and all that. The only thing I don't support, I think, is, and I'm not a Cerritos resident, is that we also patronize. I think we have to look at the big picture, the business impact that it's creating in Cerritos. I basically frequent Liberty Park Monday through Fridays, and let me tell you one thing. Before I go home, sometimes I stop at Del Taco at Cerritos, okay? Sometimes when we play, sometimes they want to go eat, and guess what we do? Sake to me, sushi, shabu, okay? Thai barbecue. And what was the other place? Oh, Del Taco, I guess, the 4th. I can't remember the 5th place. But they're all in Cerritos. So all the restaurants I frequent, they're in Cerritos. When I buy my car, when I sell my cars, in the family, and they may not live in Lakewood, or some live in Bellflower, we use Cerritos Auto Center. So we do patronize Cerritos, as well as on the weekends. I don't play in Liberty because sometimes it's too busy in the mornings. So I get invited from other people that play basically Monday through Friday at Liberty to play at Hemingway, which is in Carson, which they're also reopening their new park this on the 9th. And on my way back is, where do I stop? If I have to do lunch or we have to do something, either in Bellflower or we stay in Carson, okay? Now, when we play in Long Beach, the same thing. They want to go ahead and have lunch after we play. Where do we patronize? Long Beach. So I think we have to look at the big picture, how also some of these players are bringing in business to your community, and so I don't think we should, because sometimes I've tried to use some of the facilities at some of the Liberty Park, and there's always restrictions. You can't make reservations, so you have to pay a certain fee, because you're not a resident. So I think maybe you guys need to revisit those new fees, especially currently during because maybe you could have other communities around the area that could be using.
So your time is up.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for your time.
Next speaker is Teddy Lloyd.
Sherry, if you wish, I have somebody speak, and I can be the last speaker if it's okay with you. Okay, no problem. First of all, I've been working with the city of Cerritos for at least several years, and I want to thank Sherry and also the recreational department staff because they made it possible for the 3 courts that in Liberty Park, I call that in the middle of the jogging track. Okay, so I won't get into the benefits and all that. The previous speakers covered it much, much better than I want to share with you. What I want to share with you is that even though the 3 courts that the city of Cerritos created last August, it's still not enough. And as you have heard, several speakers mention that. So now I believe the staff has proposed 3 ideas, okay? Out of the 3, which you already know, my suggestion for the city of Cerritos is to take the tennis courts number 1 and 2, not for dual use purpose, but make it into pickleball. And I'm very, very happy to offer this free service, no charge to the city of Cerritos. I'll be more than happy to drive any of you members to show you what other cities they have done just recently in this year alone, such as city of La Mirada. They got 4 pickleball courts, taking 1 tennis court out. Another city, city of Long Beach, they've been talking about creating 60 courts at different locations. A first group of 8 just finished, I would say maybe 2 weeks ago. And it's located right by the 91 freeway and the 710. And I want to show that to the, anyone from the city of Cerritos to see what's it like. And another one is the city of Carson. And it's, I believe someone mentioned that, it's called Hemingway Park. And the grand opening ceremony is this Saturday, 9 o'clock in the morning. So what the city of Carson did, took the 2 tennis courts and converted into 8 beautiful, very, very nice. And I really believe a picture's worth 1,000 words. By seeing it, what it would be, and then we can see what it will be if the city of Cerritos would consider that same option. Meaning, take the 2 tennis courts, let's say number 1 and number 2, and then costing, I already know what it costs. It would be the same cost roughly at the building the 2 courts that at the southern part of Liberty Park. And then what you have is 8 very, very nice pickleball courts. And then, so when you don't have a dual use court, because a dual use, you have to satisfy the tennis and pickleball, and then the nets you use are really kind of flimsy, portable. But when you convert it into permanent use, you don't. Just like what you have for the 3 courts at the Liberty Park right now. So I am really proposing that for the city of Cerritos to take those 2 tennis courts at Liberty Park, number 1, number 2, and convert it into 8 pickleball courts. And I'll be happy to show you examples how that's been done this year alone in the county of Los Angeles, okay? And then, so my personal opinion is that I think that would serve the city very well. And then the city of Cerritos is already known to be the only location ever since last August to be a prime location for a lot of players coming from other cities to come in because they're nice courts. So I like to see city of Cerritos to produce nice pickleball courts in a what we call permanent use, not for dual use. Okay, and then so even though right now you have 3 options, right? And then another option which is working with the ABC school district at the Gar High School, which was some idea that I proposed when I got the information from the superintendent. And then now it appears that in order to move in that direction, the ABC school district will have a final say. And, sometimes I just like to give it to the city of Cerritos. So I definitely hope that the city of Cerritos will take the option as presented, not for out of tennis court number 1 and number 2 at Liberty Park into permanent pickleball courts. And I'll be happy to show you what other cities are doing. City of La Mirada, City of Carson, and City of Long Beach. And then you can see a picture's worth 1,000 words. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your presentation.
The final speaker is Stephen Lai.
Hi, my name is Stephen Lai, and I've been a resident of Cerritos since 1993. Started playing pickleball since last year, November. And when I first started, the crowd was okay. I waited maybe sometimes for 5 to 10 minutes for my next game after I finished playing. And as spring comes and summer comes, and sometime, in the middle of summer, you can see, as Ted say and Morris say, you can have a stack of about maybe 10 to 12 at a peak time between in the evening. And just to show you, a picture tells 1,000 words, okay? And this is the scene of one of the night sometime in August 19, taken at about, I think, on a Wednesday night, Monday night. There's a stacks of about 10 stacks here. Each stack is about 4 paddles, so you're talking about 36 players waiting to play, plus 12 active players playing on the court. So you're talking about 52 pickleball players at the Liberty Park at one time. So see, 52. This is a very common scene. Especially in the summertime. Some of you all may ask, why don't we play at the Don Canabi Park? There's such a beautiful course there. Unfortunately, that I love the location. The course there is beautiful, and with the grandstand there, it makes everything so perfect. But the system failed. It's a pay-to-play system. Okay, and if you can see, this photo is taken on a Wednesday evening, whereby the pay-to-play system is in place. It's kind of empty. Only about 2 out of the 10 courts or 3 courts is been used. It's way underutilized. But if you take a look at the on a Saturday evening, at Don Canabi, it's almost full. It's full to the brink. Okay, so the pay-to-play system doesn't work. And also in the pickleball community, in most of the cities, in our neighboring cities, they are actually very welcoming to non-residents of the city. And I hope that Cerritos will do the same thing too. City like Long Beach, Cyprus, they are very welcoming to non-residents to play in their pickleball courts. As Maurice says, non-residents patronize the business too. Cerritos should also be welcoming to the non-residents to welcome them to play in our courts, because pickleball courts is a community. Just by playing since last November, we have such a little community in the pickleball that I know so many new friends like Maurice, Ted, that I don't even say hi in the public, but I know them. Majority of these people, I know them here. I have a group of about 30 old people, and then there's another group of 200 old people, stretched over Long Beach and Signal Hill, this and that. People come from as far as Signal Hill and Long Beach to play in Liberty, and I also patronize their courts in Long Beach too, in Signal Hill. So it's a small community, and I hope that our courts here don't get close up and close off to the non-residents. I hope that we can open it up, and that's how the pickleball community works. It's a community and social kind of sports. Also, coming back to the location proposal, I don't fully agree that we should have it in Gahai, because in Cerritos, most of the school compound is closed to the public. I can't even access the running track at all because it's totally fenced up. What if you have it in Gahai? Will we residents be able to play on the weekends, on the night time? Probably not, the way it's set up. So I like to have it in a Liberty Park and make it a permanent pickleball court, as Ted mentioned it. That's the best proposal that I think we should go forward and make it. Don't waste your money just having 2 courts and on 2 tennis courts. It's kind of like waste of space there. Might as well go for the max and have 4 courts at least instead of just 2 courts and 2 tennis courts. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And also, if you like to have this,
Okay.
I would
Thank you.
bring it, love to you all to have
Yeah.
it, just to have a.
Yeah, bring it.
We'll take that. I just have a few comments, about this sport. We know one thing, that the sport of tennis, the popularity is diminishing. We are not producing any more John McEnroes and Jimmy Connors and Agassi and them. Whenever we have a Wimbledon champion or US Open and we have a winner, you'll see all these kids flooding the tennis courts and playing. But it's been many, many years since we have produced a champion as far as tennis is concerned. So my belief, this is my personal belief, that the sport of tennis, in terms of popularity, is waning down. I'm so happy that we have Miss Linda Johnson here, who's our councilwoman. I don't know if Frank is here, but the statistics are telling me that there are 9 million players in the country, and this sport is growing. And the country needs about 25,000 pickleball courts to serve the growing need of the players who are wanting to play pickleball sports. Now, again, my personal opinion, we should not mix the 2 sports and play in one area as such, because it's going to confuse the heck out of everybody. Either you have a dedicated one for pickleball and have a dedicated court for tennis. And maybe you should look at the number of players who are really coming and playing tennis. Maybe we could discard the 2 tennis courts and convert that into 6 or 8. So, this is my suggestion, and I just want to hear comments from my colleagues here.
How many tennis courts are there?
That's for the staff to tell us. Yeah. And we would like to know whether it's being utilized, is it being overutilized, underutilized? Those are certain things, one has to have in order for us to make some sound judgment here.
The attendance numbers are in the report for both pickleball and tennis courts. So you can see there on page 2, Liberty Park staff has recorded those attendance numbers. Those are reflected in those 2 charts.
Now, with the 6 tennis courts that we have, how many are being used? Can 2 be converted like the gentleman suggested?
Well,
Without, because how many are being used? If 2 of them are not really in use that much.
Well, we don't track the number of courts being used. We do get reservations every single day. We track the number of people that are in the courts. Sometimes people play doubles, sometimes people play singles. So we're not necessarily tracking the number of courts being used, but we're tracking the number of people on these courts.
And we could even start with 1. It doesn't have to be 2, maybe there is room to convert 1 instead of 2. But if the numbers are showing that it's being less utilized, if the utilization rate is, say, 60%, and we have 6 tennis courts, and then we can do away with 2 of them, then so be it. But that's something, we'll have to, you guys have to tell us and the council.
Can I suggest something? considering doing the other next court now.
We could do, in series, I guess. Anyway, I want to hear what other of my friends wanting to say. Pino?
So typically, this 30, 40 people at the pickleball game, it is at what time period? Usually that it's in the evening or a whole day. People have to wait 30 or 40 minutes.
Thank you for the question, Commissioner.
Yeah.
Typically, the numbers that you are hearing from the public comments,
Right.
those are during the times when the facility is not open. So the community center is typically open 10 to 8 p.m.
Right.
And the numbers that they're talking about, it's a little more popular in the mornings prior to 10 a.m. And then also in the evenings. The community centers close at 6 p.m. on the weekends during fall and winter, and then they open up until 8 p.m. spring and summer. So after 6 or after 8, the numbers may pick up, but we don't record those numbers because we don't have staff there.
Right. I don't disagree with all the people that said about the pickleball, but that's not really a problem. Pickleball is a good game.
Yes.
What we are really considering here is what makes sense for the city.
In terms
Whether
of
it makes
accommodating,
sense for converting the court, but we cannot punish the tennis player by converting this. So I don't have any facts about that.
If I may, I do want to point out there was a statement brought up about Gar High School, and this district's been extremely plain and clear.
Right.
That's not an option. They have a plan for those courts, so that direction from the council that was provided as a recommendation from Teddy, I believe, at that meeting, that's kind of off the table because that's their property. They're doing with it. I don't know what they're doing with it, but the previous superintendent and now the new superintendent have both expressed that they have a separate project slated for that space. So far as the tennis courts are concerned, I just want to give a little context to help you provide to you so you can make an informed decision. The tennis courts at Liberty Park were once home to, along with Cerritos Park East, tennis lessons for youth and adults in the city. The tennis instructor that we have used with the city of Cerritos for probably 30 years retired during the pandemic. So we're going to be putting out an RFP to obtain, hopefully, another tennis instructor. So a lot of the activity that used to take place in the afternoons over at Liberty Park and at Cerritos Park East were our tennis lessons. So there has been a decline in the number of people playing out there, but certainly we don't have somewhat of a feeder system for the kids to then come back out and practice, or the adults to come back out and practice after they've taken their lessons. So we do have a couple of tennis clubs that use Liberty Park for their tournaments once a month. So the courts are used, and I don't want it to sound like they aren't being used. Certainly, pickleball has taken up a lot of popularity over the last 10 years. There are, by our research, over 300 courts within a 15-mile radius of Cerritos. So there's a lot of courts out there. I think some of the speakers even mentioned a few of the cities. Most of the underutilized tennis courts at the county facilities were converted at Whittier Narrows, La Mirada, and then, of course, the challenge courts here in the city of Cerritos at Don Canabi. So underutilized, meaning not used at all, converted, utilized, maybe not as heavily as before here in the city. I don't know what that's going to look like if we're even able to find a tennis instructor. So hopefully that gives you a little bit more information. Samir and I can both help answer those questions that you may have. I worked at Liberty for 5 years, and those tennis courts, and Teddy was one of our regulars over there at Liberty. They used to be really booming, and things ebb and flow. Our community has certainly changed. The demographics of the community have changed. So far as the ages that we have here, people are aging in place. Pickleball is a lot easier, I guess, to play versus tennis. Tennis is tough. And so hopefully that helps you. I don't know if it does or not, but I can answer any questions or help you kind of cipher through this. Your recommendation tonight per the city council's request, was specifically to look into converting 2 tennis courts at Liberty into dual-use courts. If you choose to go a different route, we do still need to address that, because that is the motion and the direction that the council provided to the commission for your consideration. So if you decide that the dual courts is not something you want to entertain and you'd like to make a different recommendation to the council based on all the feedback and the information you received tonight, you can make a separate recommendation for their consideration.
Well, as I said,
Thank you very much.
As I said, having a dual court, I mean, to me, either it should be for tennis or it should be for pickleball.
And I just want to say, I don't, Mr. Chair, dispute that fact. The patrons brought to our attention, and the request was for dual use. So that was their initial request. Maybe we've had a change of thought. So again, that's why I mentioned, if you want to not pursue or recommend the dual use and you want to go a different route, certainly that's...
So in fact, that's what I'm trying to allude to.
Yes.
Because I do see some pitfalls in having dual usage for the court. I mean, the fact that this is a growing sport, growing popularity, and all these numbers are there, the number of courts that are required. I mean, they're talking about 5,000 courts just in the state of California. And I'm sure more than half of it is required here. So there's going to be a lot of people coming, showing interest in this sport. And it's just going to help our city, of course, because these folks are going to patronize our city. So my personal opinion is not to go with the dual courts. At least convert one court into a full-blown pickleball court initially. No, not yet. I got my colleagues here to talk about it.
Sherry, a couple of questions. Number one, actually
put your thing.
I keep forgetting to lean in. The third option is no longer an item on the table because GAR is not interested, correct?
The school district made it very clear that that was not something they would be interested in doing. They have some other plan for that space, so that's off the table, I guess, at this point.
And you talked about the tennis instructor retiring. Are there any other instructors who are using our tennis courts for private instructions?
That's a great question. We do have an ordinance on the books that disallows any private instruction at any park facility or in the pool. We used to have people teaching swim lessons during rec swim. So we do have an ordinance that addresses that. I don't know. I'd have to talk to the coordinator over at Liberty and Cerritos Park East to find out if they've observed those types of things. It's very easy to spot. So if they do see it, they do address it, but I don't believe we have any of that egregious behavior. Samir may be able to touch on that.
We do occasionally get, instructors trying to do private instruction, but our staff is pretty diligent about enforcing that ordinance. But it's not as prevalent as it used to be.
I know at one time, because I used to run there, I would see people showing up with these big buckets of tennis balls, and it's pretty obvious, that they're going to be spending some time there doing some kind of instruction. So if that's not happening as much as it was, I'm glad to hear that.
If I may say, one thing, knowing a little bit about the sports, to me, a pickleball sport is a stepping stone to playing tennis. So, tennis is a very strenuous sport. Pickleball is anybody can play. So I don't think you really require instructors or too many coaches.
Yeah, no, and I'm not concerned about that. My concern was that people are making money off of our tennis courts for giving private instructions, because I'm assuming they're getting paid for it. The other thing is, it seems like pickleball is much more popular than tennis. with seniors and older athletes. And I heard the stories about the health issues that, have subsided tremendously just by being out on the pickleball court. And so, that's certainly a benefit too.
Well, just another small example of health thing is even your eyes, because the pickleball, the ball goes fast, so fast, just like when you play table tennis, right? You have to keep the eye on the ball. Your movement goes this way and that way. I'm pretty sure if I take the sport, I have to take my glasses off in a few years because the sport is so fast and so quick. But I think the staff is wanting our recommendation. What should we recommend to the?
I think you have a couple more commissioners that may want to speak, but I will speak to statistically, it is kind of in the reverse. More people played tennis and then they convert their activities to pickleball is what I'm seeing, hearing, reading, conferences that I go to. That seems to be the trend. It isn't to say that kids aren't playing pickleball. It just means that once, your joints aren't quite as good as they were when you were a little younger, and so pickleball seems to be a little bit better while you're still getting that exercise. So
yeah, and that was kind of my point too. That pickleball seems to be a little slower, not as big a court, and not as hard on the knees as tennis.
I'm not sure if you've ever seen these folks play out there at Liberty, but they go hard in the paint. So they're out there playing, right? Am I right?
Oh, they are fast and furious. They are fast and furious.
Yeah.
I can assure you. I watched them play, Okay, any more you want to say?
To the number of courts. So in comparison, when you're looking at pickleball versus the number of tennis courts?
So we have 6 courts at Liberty Park, 4 courts at Cerritos Park East. We share that use with Whitney High School. That's their home base, if you will, for playing, practicing tennis for their tennis teams, boys and girls, JV and varsity. And there's 1 court at Westgate Park. The other courts are not our responsibility. Those are under the jurisdiction of the county over at Kanabe.
So we have a total of 11.
11. There are 8 courts at Cerritos High School. We don't use those anymore just because of time constraints. The city built those courts and we're maintaining them, but due to a lot of factors, we aren't using those for residents any longer.
Pino?
I have a question, Sunil. How much room do we have if we need to build it? I know we are not building it, but there was a proposal there for making a new pickleball. So how many extra room we have there? Just for the eight pickleballs, or?
Well, the space that we indicated on the south end of Liberty Park
Right,
is for 2
right.
courts only.
Two
pickleball
courts only.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a smaller area.
My suggestion would be we should just convert it and then wait and see if there is any conflict between the tennis and the pickleball. And if it goes, we can always build something. But right now, I would say that converting would be the best way to do it.
Well, that's what I said.
That's
Option
right.
one, basically.
Option one,
So
right.
what you're saying is
Instead of giving dedicated just to one pickleball.
converting, having a dual purpose? Or?
Yeah, dual purpose. That's what I would say. If it gets within a year, then obviously we have a room to grow for pickleball.
I think we are kind of divided here. So
Yes.
my recommendation is that convert one tennis court into a full-blown pickleball court that will equal to 4, I guess. That's my, well, that's only me, okay? I got math of.
But that's what we are not recommending.
Yeah,
Sorry, I have a question.
That's a new recommendation.
Yeah, that's my recommendation.
With regards to process, though, I think that, Sherry, if you can guide us. So we have to make a recommendation based on the 2 options, or we have the option to discard those 2 and present a different option?
Yes, that is correct, Commissioner. You do need to address the council's request and direction, which is to either say dual courts are the way to go, or they're not the way to go, or whatever else you'd like to recommend to the council. Either way, you'll need a motion, so maybe someone can make a motion, see how that goes, and then, included in that motion, address what the council did ask and direct, which is conversion of two tennis courts into dual-use courts for pickleball and tennis.
Yeah, I would go.
So I think we heard from all 5 of us. You want to say anything? You already said that. You have already said.
No,
So,
that's it. Okay, so somebody gets the.
well, I'm going to make a motion because I feel very strongly that we convert one tennis court at Liberty Park into a complete pickleball courts. That's my motion, or that's my recommendation.
I think doing that, it gives them 4 pickleball courts, which is good, and we don't have to sit there and maybe address it for a while. If we
So
do it
don't
that
have
way.
before we discuss,
Yeah,
we
we
don't
can.
have a second, so you'll need to make sure you do a
Okay.
second. But,
So
or if
anyone
you
wants
don't,
to-
that's okay too. But
Anyone wants to second what I said?
I'll second it.
You'll second it. Okay. So we got a motion. Motion made by me, and we have a second by Elena Prada. So
Juliana.
do we take a vote here?
you either take a vote, or if there's a substitute motion someone would
Is
like
there
to make.
any other alternative motion? No?
Well, I'm sorry, but I don't know, Sherry, in terms of making, because this is a different motion than what the motion is responding to the report. So how would that be addressed?
So again, you'll need to address the direction that was given to you by the city council. In that and however you'd like to word this, if your recommendation is to convert a tennis court one tennis court at Liberty into 4 pickleball courts, you'll have to deal with the dual use. If you want to not deal with the dual use or not recommend that dual use courts be considered, you can add that on to the motion if this.
So there is already a motion on the floor, so I'd like to amend it by saying that I would like not to have a dual use as far as the 2 sports are concerned on one single court. The recommendation is to convert one tennis court into 4 pickleball courts. So that will be, those 4 courts will be a standalone court. And I made that motion, and that was second by Elena.
You're okay with the amendment?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
are we talking about 2 tennis court, one
No, one
dual,
Only one.
one dual, and one
no,
No, only one.
Only one.
There would be no dual use.
No
'cause
dual
the
use.
amendment included not to recommend dual use. The recommendation is for, and if I may, convert one tennis court into 4 convert
Four,
into 4
yeah.
pickleball courts at Liberty Park.
Yeah.
And not consider or recommend any dual use.
Okay. So I'd like to take a vote here.
Yeah, please take a vote. Yeah.
All in favor? Say aye.
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 So motion carries. We got.
Motion carries.
Did you say
Yes.
you're okay with that? Yeah. So motion carries. So we got 5-0. Now again, this has to go to the city council for their approval, okay? So hold your applause. But this is our recommendation.
Well, I do hope that this takes care of it for a while, because we have been hearing about this for the last, year or so. So hopefully this will take care of it for a while.
Yeah. Okay, so we are done with item number 7. Item number 8 is communications. Sandra? None? Pino?
Nothing right now.
None. I think we talked enough today. Any communications, any comments? Richard?
Just a comment about the retirement celebration for Art Galucci. just to comment about the retirement celebration for Art Galucci, I think most of us were all there, and it turned out very nice. I think it was a fitting send-off for permanent fixture, or what seemed like a permanent fixture for Art, who was city manager here for several years and worked for the city for 42 years. And I think it was worthy of his performance. The other thing was the tree lighting ceremony, which was it last week?
Yeah.
Last week. That was very, very nice. Good turnout, lots of young kids. It was well done. It was orderly. The kids loved the cookies, and was it chocolate or
Chocolate chip.
chocolate chip? It was really well done, and I think the city, as always, we put our best foot forward, and it was very well received. So
I have to agree. I think the senior center put it together, right?
It's senior center staff with community participation.
It was very well done. One thing I do want to bring up also on the Thanksgiving luncheon that you guys had, I did not know that the city provides that for free. And I know the seniors that received it were so happy with that. You guys have done a good job that way. And the HSA giving the frozen food away also for the people that need it. I thought that was really well done.
Okay, I have no comments, except that I enjoyed the send-off party given to Art Galucci. So, on that note, I think we would like to adjourn the meeting, and the time is 8:19 p.m. Thank you again. Thank you, staff.